Hi everyone, welcome to lesson 4 of the basic foundation of music. In the first topic, we're going to talk about musical notation. We're going to learn to read and write music, and we're going to do that by first learning 3 notes. Those 3 notes are the whole note, the half note, and the quarter note. There's another name for those notes, and we're going to look at it now. The whole note is also called a semibreve. The half note is also called a minim, and the quarter note is also called a crotchet. In this video, we're just going to refer to the notes as whole note, half note, and quarter note, and we're not going to refer to them as the other names just for this video. So let's talk about these notes. First, let's learn to draw these notes. I'm going to go through the notes very briefly now, but in the description of this video, there's a few worksheets that will help you learn to draw these notes. So let's look at the whole note. The whole note is a very simple note to draw. It's just an oval with nothing inside. So it's just one oval. Now let's draw a half note. A half note is very simple to draw as well. It's just like the whole note, except it has something called a stem going up on the right hand side of the note. So you're drawing an oval which looks like just like a whole note, and at the right hand side of it you're drawing a straight line going up a bit, and that's called the stem of the note. So the circle with nothing inside on the half note is the note head, and the line going up is the stem. So a note has a note head and it can also have a stem. So that's how we draw the half note. Now let's go to the quarter note. The quarter note is just like a half note, except you're just shaded inside the oval. Yeah? So it has a stem going up just like the half note. It looks just like the half note, except you're shading inside the oval. And that's how we get our quarter note. Now let's understand what these notes mean. And we're going to do this very simply. A whole note is equal to 4 beats. So if I wanted to clap a whole note, it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's clap 2 whole notes. After 4, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we just read 2 whole notes. Let's clap 3 whole notes. So we're going to read 3 whole notes. After 4, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we just read 3 whole notes. We just read some music. Let's go on to the next note, a half note. Now, if a whole note is 4 beats, what do you think a half note would be? And the name of the note gives you a bit of a hint. If a whole note is 4 beats, what's a half note? Well, half of 4 is 2. So a half note is 2 beats. So if I wanted to clap a half note, it would sound like this. 1, 2. And that's it. So let's clap 2 half notes. After 4, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. Let's clap 3 half notes. After 4, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now let's clap 4 half notes. After 4, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. And that's how we read 4 half notes. Let's go into the next note now, and that's a quarter note. Now let's do some maths. If a whole note is 4 beats, what do you think a quarter note is? A quarter note would be 1 beat. A quarter of 4 is 1. So a quarter note is actually equal to 1 beat. So if I was to clap a quarter note, it would sound as easy as this. 1. That's it. Let's clap 4 quarter notes. After 4, 3, 4. 1, 1, 1, 1. Let's clap 6 quarter notes. After 4, 3, 4. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So we just learned to read whole notes, half notes, and quarter notes. Let's try mixing them up together and seeing if you could read that music. So on the screen, I have a whole note, I have a half note, I have another half note, and then I have a quarter note, and then I have another quarter note. So I have 1 whole note, 2 half notes, and 2 quarter notes. If I were to clap this rhythm, it would sound like this. I'll clap after 4, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. And that's how I would read the music. Let's try that one again. Try it with me. So we're going to clap one whole note, one half note, another half note, a quarter note, and another quarter note. After 4, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1. And that's how we read that phrase of music. Let's try reading something else. So below we have a whole note, we have a half note, we have 2 quarter notes, and then we have a half note again. So we have one whole note, one half note, 2 quarter notes, and one half note again. So I'm going to clap it. It would sound like this. After 4, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. Try it with me. After 4, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. Let's go a little bit faster. After 4, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. And if you do it without and let's try doing it without saying the words and see if you could count in your mind. After 4, 3, 4. Let's try another one. In this one, we have a half note first, then we have 2 quarter notes, then we have a half note again, and then we have a whole note. So we have a half note, 2 quarter notes, another half note, and a whole note. Let's try it after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Try it with me now. After 4, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. So those were our first steps in reading music. For this topic, we're going to do a bit of mathematics. We're going to take what we did in the last topic, musical notation, and apply it to math. And this is a great way to teach children how to read and write music, and also how to improve in mathematics. And it works really well together. I've tried it many times and it works really well. So from the last topic, we know that a whole note is 4 beats. We know that a half note is 2 beats. And we know that a quarter note is 1 beat. And if you ever forget how many beats each note is, just remember a whole note is 4 beats. A half note is half of a whole. And if a whole note is 4 beats, half of 4 is 2 beats. So a half note is 2 beats. Also, if a whole note is 4 beats, a quarter note will be 1 beat, because a quarter of 4 is 1. So a quarter note is 1 beat. And that's the easy way to remember how many beats are in each note. Now, for this exercise, I'm going to put a few notes on the screen, and you have to tell me how many beats they're equal to. So for example, for the first question, we have a whole note plus a half note plus a quarter note equals 2. What would that equal to? So let's calculate that. The whole note is 4 beats, so we have 4. The half note is 2 beats, so we have 2. And the quarter note is 1 beat, so we have 1. 4 plus 2 is 6, and 6 plus 1 is 7. So the answer will be 7 beats. And after you get the answer, you could try to clap out that question. So it would sound like this. The whole note, half note, and quarter note would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1. So you just did a bit of music and you just did a bit of math. So we're just going to do 3 questions, and in the description of this video, there's a link there for a few more questions on musical notation and mathematics. So here's the first question. The first question has a whole note plus a whole note plus a half note plus a quarter note plus a quarter note. Right? So what's the answer? So let's see. A whole note is 4 beats, and we have 2 whole notes. So we have 8 beats so far. Then we have a half note. We only have 1 half note, and that's 2 beats. So we have 8 plus 2, we have 10 beats so far. And then the last 2 notes are quarter notes. A quarter note is 1 beat. We have 2 quarter notes, which means we have 2 beats. So 10 plus 2 is 12 beats. So if you got 12 beats for the answer, that's correct. And now let's clap that rhythm. So we're going to clap a whole note, a half note, a quarter note, and another quarter note. After 4, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 1. Let's try the next one. So in this question, we have a quarter note plus a quarter note plus a quarter note plus a half note plus a half note. So no whole notes in this one. So what's the answer? So let's see. A quarter note is 1 beat, and we have 3 quarter notes. So we have 3 beats. We have 2 half notes. A half note is 2 beats. 2 half notes will be 2 sets of 2 beats. So we have 4 beats. So 3 beats plus 4 beats is 7 beats. If you got 7 beats, that's the right answer. Now let's try to clap this rhythm here. So we have 3 quarter notes and 2 half notes. Let's try it after 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's do the last one. So in this question, we have a whole note, then we have 3 quarter notes, and then we have 1 half note. What's the answer? How many beats is the combination of these notes? Let's work it out. We have a whole note, and a whole note is 4 beats. So we have 4 beats so far. Then we have 3 quarter notes. 1 quarter note is 1 beat. So 3 quarter notes would be 3 beats. So 4 plus 3 is 7 beats so far. Then we have one last note, a half note. And that half note is 2 beats. So 7 beats plus 2 beats is 9 beats. So your answer, 9 beats. Did you get that? Now let's clap the rhythm. We have a whole note, 3 quarter notes, and a half note. After 4, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2. Alright, and that's musical notation with mathematics. In this topic, we're going to talk about instruments and how they're made. Now we're just going to learn about a few simple things about instruments. What kind of cell phone do you have? Some of you may have a Samsung, some of you may have an iPhone, some of you may have an HTC, and maybe some of you have a Motorola or Nokia. Instruments are just like that. There are different brands around the world that make instruments. And if you want an instrument, you have several options to buy them from. Now, there are some really good brands that make the best instruments. And then there are brands that make good instruments, not the best, but very, very good. So before buying an instrument, you should research who makes it. And just like cell phones, there are different prices for an instrument. The cost of a cell phone, let's say a Samsung A71, would be less than the cost of a Samsung S20. And it's just like that with instruments. Various instruments will have a price range. Now it's recommended if you're starting to learn an instrument for the first time, you probably shouldn't start off with a very expensive instrument. You don't know how well you'll adapt it, you don't know how well you like it. Also, sometimes the instrument is so easy to play, you don't develop good technique. Those are some things that you can take into consideration if you're thinking about purchasing an instrument. We're going to do our little activity now, and we're actually going to make our own instrument. We're going to make a maracas. Today we're going to make a maracas. All we need are a few things. We need tape, an empty plastic bottle, a pencil. You can use popcorn, peas, beans, anything like that, and a sheet of paper. It doesn't have to be a new sheet. We're using it as a funnel, so it could be any sheet of paper, even if it has writing on it. So, first step, we're going to take the cover off the bottle, and we're going to put the popcorn or the beans or the seeds or anything like that into the bottle, and that's where the paper comes in. We're going to roll up the paper, so it becomes like a funnel. So it should look like that, and you could put that in the bottle. And then we could pour our peas inside, or we could put it in by hand. Alright, so that's enough peas in there. Just clean up this popcorn here. Alright, so we have the popcorn in the bottle, or peas or beans, and now we're going to take the pencil and we're just going to put the pencil over the mouth of the bottle. Now we want to put enough tape around this pencil so that it could fit tightly in here. So right now the pencil is just falling in. we want the pencil to be able to be stuck there, and that's what we're doing with the tape. So we're taking the tape and we're just wrapping it around the bottom of the pencil until it's thick enough so it can stay at the entrance of the bottle. So I'm just going to start wrapping it around. Almost there. Almost there, so it can still kind of go through a bit too easily. And that's good now. Alright, so we have enough tape on this so that it could stick in there. Maybe I put a bit too much, we'll see. Right, so it's good there. So it's stuck. Yeah, let's just straighten that a bit. Alright, so the last step now. So now that the pencil is stuck onto the entrance of the bottle, we're going to take the tape and roll it from the pencil onto the bottle so it could be a bit sturdier. Almost there. All right. And that's it. You have a homemade shack. This is your stem. You could hold the stem. The handle, sorry. This is the handle. You could hold the handle. And you have your beans. And you could shake it. And maybe you could do some rhythm with it. Such as... Remember, that's a rhythm because a rhythm is long and short sounds. Right? So, this is your homemade shack. Or your homemade maracas.